right, today we're going to talk about something that's happening right under our noses. It's this hidden reality of our digital lives, a really fundamental, quiet shift in who controls the story of you. And, more importantly, how we can maybe start to take it back.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some far off prediction about the future. No, this is a statement about right now. Your life, my life. We're all already part of this system of continuity. The big mistake we all make is thinking this is something that only starts mattering after we're gone.
And that right there is the million-dollar question. If we are building this continuous record of our lives, who's it for? Who owns it? And when you get right down to it, who's actually benefiting from it all? I'm willing to bet the answer is not who you think.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we first need a super clear picture of what this living continuity even is. And it's not some, poetic idea. It's a computational one. It's real.
Think about it. Every single one of these things, from the biggest moments to the tiniest, most boring actions, it's all being recorded, modeled, and remembered. Every step you take, every single time you hesitate while scrolling, that tiny little spike in your heart rate when you get a stressful email, yeah, that's all part of a huge continuous behavioral record. And here's the kicker. All of that data, that incredibly rich, detailed story of your life, it is worth an absolute fortune. But that value, it's not flowing back to you, the person creating it. Nope, it's flowing somewhere else entirely. To make this really concrete, let's just look at a perfect example of this imbalance, this data asymmetry. I'm talking about that smartwatch that so many of us have strapped to our wrists right now. I mean, your watch is an incredible little sensor, right? It's constantly gathering these really deep, intimate physiological signals. And we're told, hey, this is all for your health. But let's be totally honest with ourselves for a second. Are we the ones who are really interpreting all this raw data and learning from its patterns over the long haul?
Here is where you see the huge gap. We get these simple little summaries. A notification pops up. Looks like you slept less. Thanks, I already knew that. Meanwhile, the companies behind the tech, well, they get something way more powerful. These incredibly sophisticated machine learning models that can actually predict your behavior by connecting your body's signals to your emotions and even to the decisions you're about to make.
So it boils down to this, and this is the really crucial point. In the way things are set up right now, you and we've been turned into these amazingly sophisticated sensors, just feeding raw data into the machine. But the intelligence, the part that learns and predicts and understands, that belongs to them.
But why? Why go through all this trouble? The easy answer is always, to sell ads. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. The real product being built here is something so much more valuable and way more subtle.
What this system has really turned into is something we can call predictive capitalism. And its main goal, its product, is certainty. See, if a system can predict what's going to motivate you, what will stress you out, what you're going to buy, and what you'll believe, it doesn't have to force you to do anything. It can just guide you, quietly.
Okay, let me give you a little thought experiment to show you what I mean in the real world. Imagine a normal suburban neighborhood. Same schools, same grocery stores, you get the picture. Now, let's take 100 people from that neighborhood and have them all visit the exact same local news website.
You'd think so, right? I mean, it's the same URL, the same website, but what if they're not? What if they aren't seeing the same reality at all?
Because that website, it isn't just a page of information anymore, it's a mirror. It's reflecting a unique version of reality back to each person, one that's been optimized to get a specific, predicted response from them. So Joe sees one thing, Mary sees something else entirely. And this isn't just, personalization. This is behavioral shaping. And it's only possible because these systems own this long, continuous record of who you are.
So I know that all sounds pretty heavy, maybe a little unsettling, but what's the fix? This is where we get to shift gears from the problem to the possibility, and it's all about a radical idea called repatriation.
The repatriation of continuity. It's not a new app, it's not some new gadget. It's a fundamental reversal of how things work. It's the simple but really powerful idea that the memory of your life belongs to you, and not as some archive you can download once a year, but as a living, breathing system you can actually use right now in real time.
So what does this reversal actually mean? Well, it's all about flipping the flow of information. Right now, as you can see, your data flows outward, away from you, and the intelligence learns from you, but to serve somebody else's goals. The shift is to reverse that completely. Your data flows inward, into your own private context, and the intelligence, well, it finally starts to learn for you, to serve your goals. So what does that actually look like in real life? What happens on a totally practical level when this huge, continuous record of your life finally starts working for you instead of for someone else? Well, for starters, knowledge about yourself actually begins to build up. Imagine not having to relearn the same lessons about your own health or your productivity again and again, because your own system already knows your patterns. Your health data suddenly becomes understandable, not just a bunch of charts, but actual explanations for why you feel the way you feel. Your personal knowledge doesn't just evaporate if something happens to you, it can be there for your family. And maybe most importantly, you start to get your clarity back in your own decisions, free from the constant invisible nudging from other systems. And all of this, it leads to one central idea, a really quiet but absolutely massive power shift that completely redefines our relationship with technology and, honestly, with ourselves. If you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this slide. Right now, you spend your life feeding systems that are designed to learn you. The shift is towards feeding a system that is designed to help you learn yourself. It's such a simple flip, but it changes absolutely everything. And let's be really clear here. This is not about being anti-technology. Not at all. It's about being anti-extraction. It's about ending this one-sided learning where all the benefits flow away from us. It's a pretty simple declaration, really. My life should be learned with me, not over me. So when you boil it all down, the final truth is this. This idea, this shift, it's not about inventing some brand new thing. That system of continuity, it already exists. This is about returning it. It's about reclaiming something that is already being generated by you every single second of every day. And that's the question I really want to leave you with. Just imagine a world where all the learning, all the patterns, all the insights from your own life finally start to compound where they're supposed to, with you. What would you do with that? What would suddenly become possible?